Hi, Adam. I'm excited to share our program with you. And before you come over, just kind of want to let you know ahead of time what's going on. That way, when you're here, it can be much more valuable. We're going to start right here. That we've got some professional refrigerators. And professional refrigerator always has a digital readout. Both of these have digital readouts. We do have a donated home refrigerator that we try not to use very much. Come on over here. This is a chef's demonstration kitchen. In this particular circumstance, it is being used heavily today. We actually take the knobs off because they're accidentally easily turned on. When the knobs are off, we can't really do anything. Today we're making breakfast burritos and sushi. While we're standing here, you can see over here, this is the front of the kitchen. Today we'll be using spoons, plastic spatulas, always the scrubbers, also sponges. These things live here, but each day I take them away and wipe it for a sanitary surface. Come on over here a little slowly here. This is our business card here. We've got tasting forks. We've got forks, scissors, Sharpies. We need them all the time. Got a fire extinguisher, and I'm not afraid to use it. Also here we've got foil, Ziplocs, etc. Let's keep on going around the room. You can see we've got two tables next to each other. And if you can see over here, this is a cutting board, a colored one for meats, a white one for all other items, and a rack. You need that. That way they don't mildew. Our kitchens are nothing special. In fact, this kitchen is dead. But we've got here, this is the mise en place, or things in place for the very next class. So this is what the next group needs to cook burritos. Each kitchen has a two-sinker. It really should be three to be like proper professional, but that's a lot of money. Hand soap to wash dishes. And here's a really important one. Here's our Oxivir district approved sterilizing agent. Every class, every period, when they walk in with a wet towel folded, they clean all their surfaces. At the end of the day, they clean all their surfaces again. So spray, 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 wipe, 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 wipe. That way it's sanitized before and at the end of every class, no exception, every day. And I remind the kids. Obviously we've got paper towels, we've got hand soap dispensers. I don't think they're necessary, quite frankly, with the dish soap. Come on over here a little more. We've got the dish drying racks, of course. Here we go, more stoves. Come on up closer. And come on up. Why don't you go over there, and you'll face backwards for this one. All right. So every kitchen does have a microwave, and I do want to draw your attention that this is a really old school kitchen. It has all these cabinets that were designed to mimic a home kitchen. We don't do that anymore. This is not a mimicked home kitchen. So in fact, we've locked our cabinets so that they really don't get filled with bric-a-brac. If they're open, kids just stuff stuff in there. It's the human nature. Each kitchen has one cabinet, come on over, for things they eat on, in, and with, and then one drawer, things they use to eat. Every other thing we'll talk about in a minute. I've got a thermometer in my hand because one item is to have the proper hot water. Now to find out if your water's hot, there's a district or a Boulder, there is a city of Boulder temperature for the water. I'm not quite sure it is, but I'm going to run it and find out what our temperature is. But I have to calibrate our thermometer, so I'm going to put it in a glass of ice water. So notice I have this kind of thermometer. They're a quarter of the price of the fancy battery ones. So I'm going to put it in the ice water, which is going to come right down to about 32.25 degrees. This one is out of calibration. This one is in the ice water and saying 40. So which says this needs to be calibrated, and also says I won't be able to take an accurate temperature here. But the hot water should be okay in your hands, just at the edge of tolerable. We're almost done with the kitchen. Let's see. Follow me over this way. We can see here, we've got a special place for pot holders. We use, and you must use, professional gauntlet gloves. We've got the long ones, that way kids don't sizzle their forearms. We've got the short ones, because not all kids are big. And we also have some small, these are not home pot holders, they're the professional fireproof pot holder. When I started here, we threw about 40 pot holders away that were just like grandma's old pot holders. As you can see here, we've got long horizontal tables. This one, we took the bottom off, so wheelchair access. And over here is a different arrangement of a table. There's kids scattering. I'm coming over there, you guys. Let's go back to the front. More on in the front of the demonstration kitchen, I've got a table where all my ingredients go. Particularly today, I'm going to be doing a sushi demo in the middle of the room, so all my ingredients are not really here. But normally, we find ingredients here. Come on around here. This is a small little working thing. I've got recycle bin, a bin for sponges, scrubbers, and scrubbers. I let that fill and then I wash it and sterilize it. I want to draw your attention to the red bin here. It's slender. And if you look around in our other cans, they're all really slender. When I started, we had these giant garbage cans. It's really impeded the flow. So it's really a good idea to get a slender cans. I think this is called a Slim Jim actually, but slender cans give flow. Here is a bin. As you can see, it says dirty rags. There's our dirty rags. So this is sort of a working area here. We've got our pot holders, dirty rags, dirty sponges. At the end of every day, every sponge, every scrubber comes in here. They're bacteria sinks. They are really dirty. So also at the end of every day, at the end of every class, we dry our sink. Not because the chef cares about a dry sink, I don't, but because a dry sink is a clean sink. The kids will clean it as they go for the dry. Let's go to the storeroom. As we go to the storeroom, we'll see that here is a laundry basket with our folded cloths. You need to get professional bar towels, they're called. They last. And they're entirely different than a homemaker donated. Here's our ventilation system. It's really terrible. It's just like a crummy fan. Hanging on the wall are our cleaning brooms and stuff. Come on into the real working room here. All right, so this is where it all happens. You can see up here we got a rack for our drying pot holders. These are so insulated that it takes 3 or 4 days to dry them. We wash them. They have to be sanitary. We've got our business end here. This is where our chemicals go. Notice it's up high. Miscellaneous cleaning, miscellaneous cleaning. Sometimes we label things poison. Not seeing one here, but also business end, we've got aprons, 2 colors. When you wear a red apron in this class, that means you are in charge of dishwashing that day. Red apron, dishwashing. Black apron just means you're cooking. We are actually about to buy chef's coats because we've found that some people would prefer to wear a chef's coat. So here's the washer dryer, enough said. They have to be sort of tough because we run them non-stop. Come on in. So we can see here, this is the way a storeroom works. We have racks, metro racks they're called. With consideration of height, we don't want a lot of extra height here. All of our foodstuffs are contained right here, and they are labeled. That would be maybe too minutia to really go over in this video. But we're actually over here. We can see we're actually using these onions, tortillas right away. Here we're actually drying off 2 bins we're about to put our rice in. Let's talk about that. I can see we've got a bag of rice here, which is up to code because it's off the floor. But even above and beyond code, I want to get them in bins. Here's some rice. Here's a different type of rice, bins. You will need these for sugar and flour. They roll, they're professional, and they keep any vermin out, and that's the thing. From here, we go into our equipment, really organized. I didn't try to get it perfect in the first organization. It naturally got into its own system. Here's our paper goods. Not that many. We don't use so many. Utensils, random plastic takeaways. Again, measuring cups, baking, all baking stuff here. When I started, there was about 6 times this because many home cooks had taught the program and always bought new things. So this is really managed right here, just not to ignore our carts. You need a couple of those, you really do. And as we move over here, we find even less frequently used items here. Hand mixers, like mixers, other small things like ice cream machines, we might use it once a year. What else can I say? It's really important to have kids wash their hands when they get in and really focus on that. Important to use the sanitizer, Oxivir on everything frequently. And also for me, it was important not to get too dogmatic with my initial arrangement because it kind of worked itself out a little bit. So listen, come on over, but I wanted to give you a little heads up before you got here. All right, we'll see you soon, I hope.